In the dazzling whirlwind of showbiz, where camera flashes never quite fade and solitude is almost mythical, it's tempting to think that genuine love is just another scripted illusion. But on a calm starlit evening in a hidden villa near Beijing, Sukai and Tan Songyun quietly defied that belief. There were no flashing bulbs, no glamorously staged live streams, no roaring crowds, just a moment of truth shared between two people whose connection needed no spotlight to shine. Instead of lavish spectacle, they embraced simplicity, nature, and the warmth of those closest to them. Under a canopy of fairy lights and glowing lanterns in the backyard, they celebrated their love in front of just 50 guests, people who had seen their journey unfold in private. Sukai, ever intentional and thoughtful, took charge of crafting the perfect scene. He filled the garden with gentle hues of white peonies and soft pink roses, Tan Songyun's most cherished blooms. Around 10 that night, as the air filled with the sweet scent of jasmine and a rare silence settled in, he pulled out a letter. It wasn't rehearsed or polished. It was raw, handwritten emotion. As he read aloud, Tan's fingers quivered ever so slightly. That letter carried them back through time, to the day they first crossed paths, to the quiet joy of working side by side, to the wordless evenings where presence meant everything. Her tears were tender, not sad, the kind that fall when someone looks straight into your soul and sees all of you. Hand in hand, they stood on a recreation of a legendary lovers' bridge, moonlight dancing on their intertwined fingers. Sukai leaned in and promised her one simple truth. No matter what joys or hardships came their way, he'd never let go. Together, they locked a heart-shaped padlock onto the railing, their names engraved, their vow left behind as a quiet keepsake. Later, that night, their private room glowed with the gentle warmth of lantern light. Sukai reached for his old guitar, the same one he used to strum. Between filming scenes, Anne began playing a melody from her teenage years. The familiar tune made her laugh softly, and she joined in, her voice light as air. They lay shoulder to shoulder on the floor, spinning dreams of the life ahead, of cozy arguments over burnt toast, of children racing through rooms filled with light, and of growing old while holding on to this very love. As the clock slipped past midnight, they exchanged heartfelt gifts. One was a scrapbook filled with memories from their early acting careers, ending with a note that simply read, "Thank you for teaching us what love truly is." By morning, they'd vanished quietly to Yunnan for their honeymoon. But one photograph surfaced, and everything changed. It showed Sukai's hand resting gently on Tan's stomach, paired with a cryptic toast from the night before. "Here's to the greatest role I'll ever play as a father." The internet ignited. Speculation ran wild. Hashtags spread like wildfire. But their representatives said nothing. And in that silence, something beautiful took root. Possibility, wonder, belief. That evening wasn't just a wedding. It was something far deeper, a soft, unbreakable commitment. It was a reminder that love doesn't need clamor to be real. Sukai later wrote, "We didn't need a spotlight. We needed a place to belong." And Tan followed with a quiet reply. In his gaze, she found forever. Their wedding didn't chase headlines, it found hearts. And in doing so, it reminded us all, fans young and old, couples just beginning or decades in, that real love isn't loud. It's strong. It's deeply, unmistakably human. If this story moved you even a little, give it a like. Leave a comment telling us your favorite part. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next beautiful chapter.